Hello, welcome to Book Obsession. I'm Ashley Gunn. Today's book review is going to be on Bella Andre's The Sullivans series. There are actually 3 series altogether. There's Sullivans in Seattle, The Sullivans in New York, and The Sullivans in San Francisco. I've read all of them. I've actually read quite a few books by Bella. This is a great review for anyone who has the Overdrive app because there's 17 books in this series as of right now. I'm sure there'll be more. And the majority of those are available on the Overdrive app for free. Obviously, the last couple of them take a while to get out and become public to the library, but it gives you the opportunity to catch up on the ones that you've missed so far. For those of you guys who watch my reviews regularly, you know that I'm drawn to incredible characters, and Bella did an outstanding job when it comes to the Sullivan series. You have extremely strong women, but at the same time, you have very, very smart men. So they deserve each other. I'm going to give you a perfect example. You have Sophie, who's this girl. She's been completely in love with this guy her entire life since childhood. He sees her more as a sister. Well, that's not completely true. He's in love with her, but understands that he is not good for her. And so one night, Sophie decides to take the relationship into her own hands and get naked and basically force his hand. I'm not your sister. I want to be with you. Do you want to be with me? I thought that was an outstanding book because of the fact you have a man who wants to protect her, do the right thing. That story gets far better as it goes on. But you have Sophie, who's a strong woman and knows what she wants and goes after it. That's how you're going to get with a lot of these books. You have single mothers, every type of occupation you could imagine. Everything from rock stars, singers, baseball players. Then there's people who, like Dylan, who makes incredible boats. You have sculptors, artists. Anything you can imagine you're going to find in here. It guarantees that you're going to find the storyline and the characters that you connect with. I find myself, some of the books are a little less erotic than the others, and I like the fluctuation of it. It doesn't become mundane and boring because of the variety of characters and personalities that you're going to find throughout the series. As well as the characters, I love the storyline, and I want to go through some of the things that I felt make this series special. First of all, whenever there's a wedding, the family gets together, so you check back in with the other relationships, and maybe they've had children, got pregnant. How are their children doing? To know where all of the people that I really enjoyed from the previous books came from, and you're going to get to know the characters that are going to be in future books before you are introduced to them. So, for instance, in Dylan's book, you're going to obviously get to know all of his brothers, and so you're going to have a really good idea of who Adam is. When you read Adam's book, you're going to understand his personality and a little bit of why the way he is. I actually think that the best example of getting to know one of the characters before reading the book is Ian, because you're going to understand that he's the oldest sibling, that he had to help his family out through this financial issue that not his father's fault, but their family fell on hard times, and so the older ones had to step up and help keep them afloat and pay their bills. And so you definitely understand why he feels so responsible and looks out for his siblings the way he does. It's a really heartwarming and loving story about this incredible family, and at the same time, as these people go through their relationships, they're very open about what they're going through, and their parents are always there to support them. I'm a big sucker for families and them having that support system. I hope this review helped you get an idea of what you'd be reading in this series. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those down below. If you like this review, go ahead and like it. If you want my reviews every week, subscribe. And I always leave the author's link to any of their books as the first link in my description, so check those out. Also, again, with this series, you can read the majority of it on your Overdrive app. I will see you all again soon. Thank you for joining me.